We live in the future, right? We have AI and rocket ships. We are smarter than the past, except when it comes to concrete. Look around. Look at the highway near you. You will see crumbling, flaking, and decay. As it has a built-in obsolescence, give it a few decades of water and salt, and it starts to fail. It starts to crumble. Now, let's go back 2,000 years. To the Roman Empire. The Romans built structures that should be impossible. The Pantheon, a massive concrete dome that is still the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. The Colosseum, still standing, and most incredibly, seawalls and harbors that have been submerged in corrosive saltwater for 2 millennia. These structures didn't just survive, they got stronger with time. Our concrete fails in 50 years. Their concrete is basically immortal. This wasn't an accident. This was a secret. It was a massive architectural and chemical hack that we, until very recently, completely failed to understand. They didn't just mix sand and water. They invented a formula that could literally heal itself. They figured out how to make a material that laughs at the ocean and defies the clock. Welcome to the greatest unsolved mystery in ancient engineering, the secret of Roman concrete. Let's find out how they pulled off one of history's most embarrassing mic drops. First, we need to understand the absolute basics of modern concrete. It's pretty simple. You take aggregate, usually gravel and sand, and mix it with cement, specifically Portland cement, and water. The cement acts as the glue, binding the aggregate together into a solid rock-like mass. It works, it's cheap, and it's fast. But it cracks. Now, let's look at the Roman recipe. The basic ingredients are similar, but with 2 radical differences that changed everything. Ingredient 1 is the magic sand, or pozzolana. The Romans didn't use just any sand. They used a specific fine-grained ash dug up from a region near Naples, primarily around the town of Pasquale. They called it pozzolana. This wasn't just dirt, it was volcanic ash. When a volcano erupts, it creates a unique, highly reactive silica and alumina-rich material. When this material is mixed with water, it forms incredibly stable and long-lasting crystal structures. The Greeks and Egyptians missed this secret. They didn't have the right volcanoes. The Romans, however, had the ultimate geological jackpot. This pozzolana is the reason their concrete is technically called pozzolanic concrete. Ingredient 2 is what we call the secret sauce, or the hot mix. Here is where the Roman chemists really separated themselves. When the Romans mixed their concrete, they didn't just mix water. They used a highly reactive form of lime, calcium oxide, called quicklime. In modern times, we take lime and combine it with water before mixing it into the cement. This is called slaked lime, and it's chemically stable. The Romans did the opposite. They dumped the raw quicklime directly into the mix with the pozzolana and water. When quicklime hits water, it reacts violently. It generates an extreme amount of heat. The entire mixing process became exothermic, reaching temperatures high enough to boil water, a process scientists call hot mixing. This hot mixing step was key. It didn't just speed up the curing time. It cooked the material into a fundamentally different compound, creating tiny, crucial chunks of highly reactive lime material. The Romans knew exactly what they were doing. They were creating a time-release, self-healing package right inside their walls. Why did that quicklime hot mix matter so much? Because it produced a secret weapon known as lime clasts. As the concrete was mixed hot, tiny grains of calcium-rich material, these lime clasts didn't fully dissolve. They remained scattered throughout the concrete matrix. For 2,000 years, scientists thought this was a sign of poor mixing or bad quality control. They were wrong. It was intentional. Think of the lime clasts as millions of tiny dormant supersoldiers. They are waiting for a threat. And in concrete, the threat is cracking. When any concrete cracks, modern or ancient water seeps in. In modern concrete, this water carries corrosive elements like salt from the sea or dicing agents that start attacking the steel rebar, causing the whole thing to fail. But when water seeps into a Roman structure, it hits one of those dormant lime clasts. The water immediately triggers a chemical reaction in the calcium-rich clast. The clast dissolves, creating a calcium solution that is carried by the seeping water. As this solution travels through the crack, it reacts with the volcanic pozzolana in the surrounding concrete. This reaction forms a hard, stable calcium carbonate mineral compound that literally fills and seals the crack. The Romans realized that the very thing that destroys modern concrete, water, was the catalyst their material needed to get stronger. And the best part, when the Roman Empire collapsed, the systematic knowledge of how to make their concrete, including the exact ratios of specific pozzolana and the complicated hot mixing process, was slowly lost. It wasn't recorded in a simple, standardized manual that survived the fall. Then, in the 1800s, modern cement, Portland cement, was invented. It was standardized. It was easy to manufacture anywhere in the world, regardless of local volcanic ash deposits. Crucially, it cures quickly. A modern building needs to be built fast. Pour the foundation on Monday, put up the walls on Tuesday. Time is money. Roman concrete takes time. The self-healing process is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes years for the crystals to fully form and for the material to achieve maximum density and strength. For modern construction schedules, that is unacceptable. We traded longevity for expediency. We traded a 2,000-year guarantee for a 28-day cure time. For decades, modern civil engineers dismissed the Roman technique as an oddity. They believed the strength came primarily from the volcano, not from the process. Only in the last 10 years, led by researchers like Marie Jackson at the University of Utah, have we finally used advanced X-ray microscopy to prove that the hot mixing and the lime clasts were the deliberate, self-healing innovation. We had the answers locked inside their walls for 2,000 years, and we just called it bad technique. Imagine that. The Roman concrete saga isn't just a story about architecture, it's a profound lesson in engineering philosophy. The Romans built for eternity. They had the time, the manpower, and the tyrannical confidence to invest in a material that would outlive their empire. They accepted that the building material had to be complex, slow, and expensive, but the return was immortality. We, in the 21st century, build for profit margins. We build for the next quarter. We accept that our structures will eventually fail, creating new jobs for the next generation of demolition and reconstruction crews. So the ultimate lesson is this: the greatest innovation in building materials wasn't how strong you can make it, but how well you can teach it to fix itself. The Romans didn't just conquer the world, they conquered time. And they did it with a handful of volcanic ash and a brilliant understanding of heat.